What services should I actually offer for my social media marketing agency? Honestly, when we were getting started on our journey, there weren't courses, there weren't YouTube channels like this. There really was no direction for us to understand what services that we should be providing. We ended up offering some services that weren't really scalable, took up a lot of our time, and really ate into our profit margins. So we want to help you avoid that. We want to make sure that you make the right choices when it comes to service delivery. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what we're doing today for our own 7-figure social media marketing agency and how we've been able to scale our business to a level that we never even thought possible when we were first getting started. Big announcement, if you didn't know already, we recently launched a brand new community called Growth School. It's an exclusive community for agency owners, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. In addition to the community and all of the challenges, networking, and other pieces that come with that, there's awesome courses in there, like our Ads Mastery course that we just launched that talks all about how to just absolutely crush it when it comes to running paid ads for your agency. Tap the link in the description down below or the pinned comment to check out Growth School. And if you join today, for the next members that join Growth School, we're actually doing one-on-one coaching calls personally with myself or Derek. Check that out and let's talk about the services. So before I give you the keys to the kingdom when it comes to the services to provide, let's first talk about why these services. Now, when we were first getting started, we were very much what I would call a social media management agency, okay? There's SMMA, social media marketing agency, and there's SMMA, social media management agency. And a lot of people that are inexperienced, they think when they think, social media marketing, they think this must be social media management. Posting to Instagram, posting to Facebook, posting to TikTok, creating all this content. And your head probably spins thinking about the amount of work that would be required to do that. And we didn't realize that there was actually a better option. So we were offering this, and the problem with these services is they're just not scalable. It's difficult to find people to create the content. Oftentimes your clients don't have the content. They might be stretching themselves a bit just to pay you your monthly retainer. And then when you tell them that it's going to require an extra $1,000 to have somebody create video for the socials, so on and so forth, it just becomes really expensive and a great big mess. So there's a much better way. And over the years, we realized that what we actually wanted to be doing was running the lead gen model, which is what I'm going to talk about in just a minute. A lot of people have been talking about this, but we've been teaching this in the blueprint for the last 8 years at this point. But the reason why we provide these is a couple of things. First of all, it's a simple delivery. Lead gen is a simple delivery model. It doesn't require a lot of different creatives. You just need a couple of ads that do well, which means that you can basically create content with your client one single time for some ads, or oftentimes they have enough just from their own organic socials that you can use it. The second piece is it's actually easy to find and train other people who can deliver these services for you. So again, the problem with social media management is it requires a lot of high-touch creativity. You need to write the captions, you need to create the content. There's all these different moving parts. Whereas with the lead gen model, it's easy to find people that have experience in Facebook ads. It's easy to find people that have experience building funnels and the other different missing pieces. And it's easy to find those people for a low hourly rate, which means that it's easy to scale, and it offers a very high profit margin for you, okay? So when we figured this out, it basically 3x'd the amount of money that we were making with our agency in a really, really short amount of time. So that's why we offer these specific services. Now let's talk about what those services are. So that's why we offer these specific services. Now let me actually show you this as a quick diagram of how these tie together. Okay, so there's 3 different services that you want to be offering. And if you look at this, service 1 feeds into service 2, feeds into service 3, and it creates a system. So what this does is it basically mitigates people wanting to buy ad hoc services from you. Oftentimes, people will basically present a proposal to a client. They'll say, hey, here's a bunch of different services that I can offer you, and all of them are going to help you grow your business. But what the client typically does is they say, hey, you know what? I just want to start with Facebook ads, or I just want to start with Instagram ads. And they don't actually have the infrastructure to make those ads successful. Maybe their website is terrible. Maybe they don't have a lead capture anywhere on their website. So basically, you're just going to be driving traffic from ads to a website that's not set up to convert. So when we present this as a system and we present it as a package, it's something that is perceived as very high value from them, but it's also something that they want to buy as a package because they're like, hey, if you're telling me that you have a system on how this can work, I want to buy that whole system so that I can get the results that you're talking about. So typically what ends up happening is they want to buy this entire system of all the different services put together in the whole process, which also makes it much more difficult for them to fire you because you're offering a lot to them. There's a lot of different moving parts in here as we'll get to in just a moment. And basically once you're stood up and onboarded and driving results for them, they're never ever going to want to leave. So let's take a look at the first service in the funnel here, okay? The first service is ads, okay? Cold traffic ads, right? So just a couple examples here. We've got a YouTube ad here, some Instagram ads here, and a TikTok ads. It really doesn't matter. Google ads are another option, but these are basically going to be your traffic source. So if you've been on social media as an example, and you've thought about joining a gym, all of a sudden a bunch of different gyms follow you around the internet. You see content, you see advertisements, and when you tap on that ad, something happens. You're taken to a landing page, okay? But the ads are the cold traffic source. So it really doesn't matter what type of ads you're running, Facebook, Instagram, or Meta, YouTube, TikTok, Google. This is your traffic source. This is the lifeblood of the entire process. These are the net new customers that are going to be coming into your customers' world. And your job is to get the attention of those individuals with those ads. Okay. This is what we teach in the Ads Mastery course in Growth School. If you have questions on how to run ads, there's no better course to learn ads than Ads Mastery within Growth School. We also cover this in great detail in the SMMA Blueprint program as well. Both of those are linked down below. But the nice thing about this is that unlike social media or organic social, right, where you're just posting and you're really just beholden to the algorithm for, maybe hopefully making you viral, but it's very, very difficult to predict that. With paid ads, you can stand up a client project, launch some ad campaigns, and start getting in front of their target market right away. There's just really never been anything like this in history since social media ads became a thing where you can be hyper-targeted and surgical on the types of people that they want to be speaking with. Okay. And as I mentioned, I highly recommend that you learn how to run these ads yourself when you're first getting started. That way you know what good looks like. You're able to hire contractors. You're able to ask them the right types of questions to make sure that you're hiring the right types of people. So ads are a cold traffic source. They look like this, just a couple examples again. So a question that comes up all the time is which ad platform is best? And it's really just going to depend on the buyer behavior of the client that you're working with. So when you look at your client, how do people typically find them? Okay, so a couple examples here. Is it something that people typically go to Google for a search for, right? Do they know that they need it? Is it some sort of service? Is it some sort of gym or something like that? In those cases, Google ads are probably going to be your best bet, right? Like people, when they have a flood in their home, they say, hey, I need a plumber. Or if they have no power in their house, they're going to go to Google and they're going to say, hey, I need an electrician. For services business like that, there's just no better place that you're going to want to be than Google ads. They're also very simple to run. They're very easy compared to other platforms, and there's something that you can learn in a really, really short amount of time. So if it's something that people typically go to Google for, you're going to want to run Google ads, and it's going to put them just right at the top of those Google search results. For people that maybe don't know that they want something, right? Like there's a lot of really great clothing brands that maybe you've never heard of, but you see a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad as an example, and you're like, oh, damn, that's a cool fit. I'm going to click into that brand. I'm going to find out more about them. For people like that, in those brands that you've never heard of, that you don't know yet to go to Google for, that you might enjoy or need, those types of Facebook and Instagram awareness ads are where you're going to want to be, because people might not know about the company you're working with. They might not know to go to Google yet to find it. So you're going to want to raise awareness through Facebook or Instagram ads. Now, even with Google ads, you can still run Facebook, Instagram, TikTok ads for retargeting, right? So as an example, say somebody shows some intent, they go to Google, they search for something, they land on your client's page. You can then follow them around the internet with social ads through the other ad platforms through something that's called retargeting. Again, we cover this in great detail in Ads Mastery. So now let's talk about the second step, which is lead capture. Okay, so we have our ads, we're generating cold traffic. Now we want to bring them somewhere and we want to convert them. So this is called the lead capture page or the funnel or the landing page. Okay, and they look like this. Here's a couple examples. These are actually templates that we give students within the SMMA Blueprint program to use. And then basically the whole purpose of this page is to convert traffic. Okay. We want to take people that are seeing our ads and we want them to opt in for something. We want to capture their information so we can continue remarketing to them, which I'll talk about in just a moment here. But this page is called a lead capture page, an opt-in page, or most commonly a funnel. You may have heard this from other marketers on the internet talking about. And what we can do is we can use a simple builder like Go High Level, okay, which is what we recommend. And you can set this up within an hour and build this entire landing page. And what it does is it sits beside their website, okay? So without having to make a bunch of changes to their website, deal with their developers, all that stuff, you're able to just use Go High Level to create a landing page. And this is where you're going to drive your traffic. And the goal here, again, is to convert it. And typically you want to have some sort of value exchange. So what that means is a PDF or a 7-day free trial or a free consultation or something where they say, hey, This is valuable enough to me that I'm going to give you my information in exchange for this trial or this consulting session or whatever it is. We've all seen this type of thing, right? You go to a gym, you want to sign up for the gym, they give you a 7-day trial, you go, you visit the gym, and then you continue, being marketed to until you become a paying customer. So there's all sorts of different assets that you can provide. You can do guides, trials, consultations, whatever. But the difference here, but really what you're doing here is you're saying, hey, people that are coming from the ad, as you can see, get your free roof inspection, get your free buyer's guide, and people opt in on this landing page and they become part of the email list, okay? So this brings us to the next step in the system, which is nurture, or essentially, for the most part, email, okay? So they've seen our ad, we captured their information on the landing page, now we want to continue marketing to them and nurturing them. So essentially what this is the reality, most people aren't just gonna sign up or buy something right away. Let me ask you something. When was the last time that you saw an ad for a product, service, or solution that you'd never seen before and you just purchased it outright? Almost never. I think I've done that like once or twice in my entire life. You need to be educated on it. You need to be indoctrinated. Over time, you build trust, and then you end up purchasing after you've seen that brand out in the market many, many times. Okay. The best way to do this is via email nurture. So as an example, maybe you see a cold traffic ad for a t-shirt, you sign up, it says, hey, get your 20% off coupon on the landing page. You don't buy that day, but you sign up to their email list. Over the coming weeks, they send you a bunch of different emails. You're seeing more and more of their product, and you say, hey, I didn't really like that first product enough to buy it that I saw from the ad, but hey, these hats that they've now shown me are really cool. Let me go ahead and buy those. That's nurture at work, and this is where the bulk of conversion is going to come from for your clients, okay? The best way to do this is via email nurture, and there's two different types of nurture. There's soap opera nurture and there's Seinfeld nurture. There's soap opera nurture and there's Seinfeld nurture, and these are defined in Russell Brunson's books, Expert and .com Secrets. Highly recommend that you grab those. They're some of the best marketing books on the market that you can buy. And this is essentially what these look like, okay? So the soap opera sequence is what's gonna be going out to them immediately after they opt in. So the soap opera sequence is gonna be what goes out to them immediately after they opt in. So they opted in for a free trial or a consulting session or whatever. That first email is gonna deliver on that promise. Hey, here's the free trial that you wanted, right? Here's a little bit more about our company. And what we want to do is we want to quickly build trust and try and convert them in the first 7 days. So typically what most people do in these cases is they send a 5-step soap opera sequence their way, okay? Basically, it's just 5 emails, building more and more trust, communicating urgency, and trying to get them to convert. This is where most people are most likely to convert. Typically, most people are going to convert after the first couple of emails that are sent their way. But what if they don't convert? Then you want to do what is called a Seinfeld sequence. And these are, non-automated. These are sort of one-off emails that are going out on a repeat basis, but they really don't have a specific goal in mind. So they aren't as urgent as the soap opera sequence. But the whole goal here is just to have awareness about the product, service, or solution, and to continue staying in front of them. A lot of people call this a newsletter. Again, if you've signed up for some sort of like t-shirt or e-commerce brand, you probably get semi-frequent emails for them when there's new catalog updates, when there's different sales that are going on. These are Seinfeld emails at work. We've all seen these. And this can go on forever so long as people continue opening the emails, right? If people completely disengage, you want to basically unsubscribe them or remove them from your ongoing email campaigns. But you can convert a ton of leads over time with this. You'd be completely surprised at how many people will actually purchase from ongoing Seinfeld sequences that didn't initially purchase during the soap opera sequence. So just to quickly show you what this process looks like from top to bottom, here we have our ad. That ad, in this case, for real estate, takes them to a home buyer's guide on which there is a lead form. When they sign up for that, they are delivered the guide via the first step in the soap opera sequence. They then receive a couple of urgent emails here, getting people to book a call or to set up an appointment for maybe a room renovation or whatever it is that this vendor is offering. And then following that soap opera sequence, you ask a question. Hey, did they convert, right? Did they book an appointment? Did they set up a time? If yes, then you stop, right? At any point, if they convert, you stop your soap opera sequence. But if the answer is no, then you drop them down to your ongoing Seinfeld newsletter that continues going out again and again and again over time. And I mean, this is really all that there is to running a social media marketing agency. You create ads, you create landing pages, and you write emails on the back end that convert people for your clients. That's really it. Hope that helps. Let me know what questions you have in the comments down below. We look forward to answering all of these on the channel. And again, if you guys haven't checked out Growth School, check that out. It's a brand new community. We are so excited about it, having tons of fun interacting with everybody inside there. The price is currently the lowest that it's ever going to be. So the price that you pay today is the price that you will pay forever. And the price is going to be going up in the near future as we continue adding more and more value inside of Growth School. Hope to see you inside. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Great video to watch after this one would be this one right here, where I actually take you through how to create a roofing funnel exactly as I just talked about through this whole example.